Hi and hello to everyone. In this video, we are going to see the exponential form of the Fourier series. In the past two videos, we have seen the trigonometric form of the Fourier series and amplitude phase form of the Fourier series. In this, we are going to look at another form called exponential form of the Fourier series. Welcome to the lecture. What is an exponential form? Exponential form nothing but your periodic signal x of t is expressed as a weighted sum of complex exponential e power j n omega naught t. So this is the exponential form of the Fourier series. So x of t is equal to summation n is from minus infinite to plus infinite c of n e power j n omega naught t. Now we can get the name why it is called exponential Fourier series, because it is a summation of exponential terms. Okay, as usual, omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t, where t is the fundamental period. Now we will be finding out what is Cn. Our objective is to determine Cn, then put the Cn in this expression. Thereby we will find the exponential Fourier series. Okay, to find Cn, what we are doing is we are multiplying uh, multiply x of t with e power j k omega naught t on both sides and integrate over a period t. So I am integrating over a period t, x of t, this x of t, multiplying with e power j k omega naught t, integration with respect to dt is equal to, this side I am doing the same, right side I am doing the same. Okay, I am integrating and multiplying with e power minus j k omega naught t. Right, now this is a summation, this is independent of t because I am integrating with respect to t, so I am taking the summation and cn outside. Now integration is coming inside, so I have this exponential term and another exponential term dt, and we have to note that integration of e power j n omega naught t e power minus j k omega naught t is equal to 0 when this k and n are not equal, is equal to t when they are equal, right? I request you to explore this, how we are getting this, right? It's because when they are equal, what happens? Think about it. When k and n are equal, this becomes, I can write this as e power j theta as cos theta plus j sin theta, e power minus j theta as cos theta minus j sin theta. Okay, I request and have given the result. You please explore and why we are getting, when this k and n are equal, we are getting t. When they are not equal, we are getting 0. This thing you have to find it out, right? Okay, so this is when k and n are equal, this becomes equal to t, right? So in place of okay, in place of k I can put even t, right? So you'll make it as, in place of k I can make it as n. Okay, okay, fine. Now this is the cn, bringing t to the left side. So cn is equal to 1 by t. You put the periodic signal x of t, then multiply with e power j n omega naught t, then integrate over a period with respect to t, we will get cn. So if you get cn, the thing is you have to just put the cn here. Thereby we will get the exponential Fourier series. Okay, so exponential Fourier series means this is the c of t x of t expression. This is the c of n expression. Okay, this c of n is the exponential Fourier series coefficient. Fourier series, like simply I can say Fourier series coefficients. Okay, now we will see the relation between the last form of the Fourier series you have seen in the previous video, that is your amplitude phase form. Those two videos I have given in the YouTube description. You can watch those videos before watching this exponential Fourier form Fourier series video. So this is the amplitude phase form. So we know this is the exponential form Fourier series. This is my Cn. So I am expanding this, right? Since it is from minus infinite to plus infinite, I can change it to positive numbers 1 to infinite, then minus infinite to 1, and C naught I am taking it separately, right? because you can look here, it is from minus infinite to plus infinite. It is having negative integers as well as positive integers as well as 0 together, from minus infinite to plus infinite. So 0 I have taken separately. If I put n as 0, e power 0 becomes 1. So c naught plus positive values n equal to 1 to infinite, then n as negative values. Okay. Next, just I am changing as see, if you look here, this is minus 1 to in minus infinite, right? So I can change this n as minus n, this n as minus n. Okay, I'm bringing the negative sign here. C of n has become C of minus n, e power j n becomes e power minus j n omega naught t. Okay, so if I put a minus sign here, I can change this to plus summation, right? Now we know the C of Cn is a complex number. If it is a complex number will definitely have a magnitude and phase angle, right? For example, if I say a complex number as a plus jb, okay, what is the magnitude? Magnitude is square root of a square plus b square. Phase angle is tan inverse of b by a. Okay, so this is your phase angle, this is your magnitude. Okay, Cn is a complex number, means we have a magnitude and phase angle. I can represent this as C of n magnitude in place of e power j angle. This is two ways of representing, right? Magnitude and phase angle, or else I put the phase angle in e power j phase angle. Now, if it is a C of minus n, C of minus n means the magnitude is this, phase angle is this. I can representing. And remember, if it is C of n and C of minus n will have the same magnitude, and only the angle will be having a minus sign difference. Okay, right? So C of n is equal to C of minus n. So I can write in place of C of minus n, I can change this C of minus n and replace with C of n, and angle of C of minus n is equal to minus angle of C of minus n. I can replace this with this minus, I am bringing it to the left side. So minus j angle C of n, right? So so C of n I am putting as magnitude and phase angle. C of minus n is a complex number. I am changing this with this term. I am putting this term here. Okay, right? Now other things are like taking the magnitude outside. Okay, right? So this is my C of n. I have got to put this. This is C of minus n. I have put this, right? Okay. So I am taking the magnitude outside and multiplying this term, these two terms, e power j angle. I am multiplying, right? So it becomes n omega naught t plus angle C of n. Here I am taking minus j outside. So n omega naught t plus C of n. Right? Now if you think about this, what is this e power j theta? This is the entire term theta I can keep. This is e power minus j theta. If I add, I will be getting 2 cos theta. What is theta? Theta is this term. So 2 cos n omega naught t angle C of n. Okay, so bringing 2 outside, this is the relation I am getting. Okay, so the exponential Fourier, see how I started. The exponential Fourier, I started with the exponential form Fourier series. Then I split this into positive values and negative values. Then I express the C of n, since it is a complex number, in magnitude and phase angle. The C of minus n expressed in magnitude and phase angle. Then I proceeded. I got this. Okay. Now already we know in the last video we have seen about the amplitude and phase form of the Fourier series. So this is the amplitude and phase form of the Fourier series. So if we compare these two, so A naught in amplitude phase form is equal to C naught. An is equal to 2 magnitude of Cn, and angle theta n, this is theta n, okay, theta n is equal to Cn. So this is the relation between the amplitude phase form and the exponential form of the Fourier series. Okay, A naught, An, theta n represent the amplitude phase form. C naught, this magnitude and angle of Cn represent the exponential form of the Fourier series. Now this is the problem. This problem we are going to find the Fourier series in exponential form. Exponential form of the Fourier series. Exponential form Fourier series. That's the question, right? Okay, this triangle wave is coming, right? First thing we have to write the equation. We know this is the period of the waveform, so it is minus 1 to 1. So in minus 1 to 0, this waveform is a rising slope. Between 0 and 1 time period, it is a falling slope. Okay, we have to write the equation. For this, we know in your plus 2 or higher secondary, you would have studied this y equal to mx plus c. Equation of slope. Here x-axis, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. But in this given waveform, this x-axis t, y-axis is your amplitude x. Okay, so I replace x with t, y with x. So x equal to mt plus c. Okay, what is m? M is the slope. What is slope? M equal to dx by dt. Right? So dx by dt, first we will find out the slope between the time period minus 1 and 0. Minus 1 and 0, what is the change in amplitude? It is changing from 0 to 1. So change is 1 minus 0. What is the change in time? 0 minus minus 1. Okay, 1 minus 0, change in time is upper limit is 0 minus lower limit minus 1. Okay, so the slope is 1. So x equal to t plus c. Right? So c is the intercept. Okay, how will you find c? You will have to find out when x equal to 0, what is the value of time? When x between the time 0 to minus 1, x is equal to 0 when the time is minus 1. So x is equal to 0. When I put it in this expression, when I put x as 0, t is equal to minus 1. So c equal to minus 1. So substitute c in this expression. So x equal to t minus 1. That is the this is for this part of the slope. It is t minus 1. T minus 1 when the time is between minus 1 to 0. Now we compute for the between the time 0 to 1. 0 to 1, again we repeat in the same way. Now the slope is, if you look here, slope is it is going from 1 to 0. What is the change? 0 minus 1. Amplitude change is 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1. That is the change in dx. What is the change in time? 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0. So slope is minus 1. So now the expression becomes x minus x equal to minus t plus c. Now again you have to find the intercept. When I put x as 0, t becomes 0. T is equal to 1. In place of t, I am putting 1. So 0 equal to minus 1 plus c. So c equal to 1. Okay. Now if you put the c values, you will be getting x equal to minus t. This is x equal to minus t plus c. Put c as 1. X equal to minus t plus 1 between the time 0 and 1. So this is the waveform. The waveform between the time is very essential, right? This is equal to minus t plus 1. This is the equation of the slope, right? This is very important. Once the question is given, we have to find what is the equation of the slope. So sorry, see here it is not c is plus 1. That's a mistake. Sorry. This is, if you take here, this is expression, c becomes plus 1. This is t plus 1. So this is t plus 1. Okay, so t plus 1 between the time is between minus 1 and 0. 1 minus t between the time 0 and 1. So we have to find out what is x of t over a period. Period means minus 1 to 1 I have to find out. Between minus 1 to 0, this waveform is 1 plus t. You can cross check also. You put various values of t. If you put t as minus 1, what happens? For t is minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. If you put t as 0, we will get 1. This equation is correct. Likewise, you can check for this also. Right? We got x of t. Next, to find out omega naught. Omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t. Here the time period is, this is the time period, t equal to 2. T equal to 2. So on solving, we will be getting 2 pi by 2 is equal to pi. Next, we have to find out what is c of n. C of n, this is the expression for c of n. Integral over a period 0 to t x of t. Here 0 to t means over a period. Our period is from minus 1 to 1. So minus 1 to 0, it is 1 plus t. Then I am integrating. Then 0 to 1, it is 1 minus t. Then I am integrating. Next is an integration work. This part Between minus 1 to 0, I am taking as A, 0 to 1, I am taking as B. We will integrate, then we will add, we will multiply with 1 by 2, thereby we will get C of n. Okay, this is how I did the integration. So this is your A term, right? So this is integration by parts. We know this is very important relation. As we discussed this already so many times. Integral of u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. Okay, here u is 1 plus t, so du is equal to dt. So this is the term I am taking as u. This is the term I am taking as dv. Okay, then only I can use this relation u dv. Okay, so dv is equal to this term. So I need v means I will integrate this term. On integrating, I will get this. Okay, then a is equal to integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. Okay, this is my u term. This is my v term minus integral v du. Okay, now integrate this e power at, again denominator you will get another term minus j n pi. So already minus j n pi is there, so minus j n pi whole square. Now substitute the integration limits minus 1 to 0. So this is the lower limit, this is the upper limit. I am substituting, right? I am substituting. If you look at this is minus 1 square is 1. J square is root of minus 1, j square is minus 1, minus plus, so it becomes plus n square pi square. Now we substitute the upper limit and lower limits. Okay, so we will be getting this term, A term. Similarly, we will work for the B term. What is our B? This is our B term, 1 minus t e power minus j n pi t. Okay, why I am taking A and B is for our convenience. Okay, if you look at the previous slide, so this part is A, this part is B. Okay, we are solving this separately, integrating this separately. At last we will add A and B, then we will multiply with 1 by 2. Okay, now we will find out B term. So here the B is, this is your U term. So this is your U. This entire thing is your dV. Okay, so u is 1 minus t, so du is equal to minus dt. I am differentiating u with respect to t, so du is equal to minus dt. dv is equal to this term. If I integrate this, e power minus at, if I integrate e power minus at by minus a, so this is my minus a term, right? Okay, simple integration. So what is this relation? Base integration by parts. uv minus integral v du. du is minus dt, so minus plus. Okay, you can write in notes, right? While watching the video, you can pause the video and you can keep writing the notes. Okay, then only you can understand this. You got to follow these mathematical steps. By practice only you can improve these things, right? Next is I have to integrate this. Integrate this means what happens? Again, you will be getting the denominator another minus j n pi. So another term is there. So it is whole square. So limit is 0 to 1. 0 to 1. Now we substitute, as I said earlier, minus 1 square is minus 1 is square means it becomes plus. J square is minus 1. So so we are getting a minus here. Okay, this minus square mean becomes plus, j square is minus 1. Okay, now substitute the upper limit and lower limit. Upper limit, if I substitute 1 minus 1, 0, it's 0. Now substitute this 1, e power minus j n pi, in place of t I am putting 1, next substitute 0. Okay, we'll get this. So we got A and B now. What is A plus B now? This is the A term, this is the B term. Okay, if you look at this, these two terms will get cancelled out. See, these two terms will get cancelled out, right? So we have 1 by n square, 1 by n square, so 2 by n, so 1 by n square pi square, 1 by n square pi square, so it becomes 2 by n square pi square, and here 1 by n square pi square, I am taking it outside, so it becomes e power j n pi, and here we have, since you are taking minus 1 outside, it becomes plus here, e power minus j n pi. So this is your A plus B. Once you got A plus B, C of n is equal to 1 by 2 A plus B. So put A plus B here. Now just you have to, what is e power j theta? E power j n pi plus e power minus j n pi is 2 cos n pi. Okay, taking 2 outside, 2 gets cancelled. So taking 1 by n square outside, 1 by n square pi square outside becomes 1 minus cos n pi. Cos n pi we know it is minus 1 power n. So this is your Cn. So we have got Cn. Very important. Okay. Now when n is an odd number, n is an odd number. Odd numbers means plus or minus 5, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 7, plus or minus 9. Okay, if you put those values, definitely if you put an odd number, this term will become minus 1. Minus 1 minus minus 1 is 2. So it becomes 2 by n square pi square. When n is an odd number, these values. When n is an even number, like plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 8. If you put 2 here, what happens? 1 minus minus 1 square is 1, so 1 minus 1, 0. If you put 4 means minus 1 power 4 is 1, so 1 minus 1, 0. Whatever even numbers if you put, this will become 0. So we got Cn. For n equal to odd, this value, n equal to even, this value. Okay, but we do not know for n equal to 0 what is going to happen, right? And this is the expression for Cn, right? I have written it here to say that if I put n equal to 0, e power 0 becomes 1. So e power 0 becomes 1. Okay. E power 0 becomes 1. So C naught is equal to 1 by t x of t dt. And again we have to solve this to find out C naught, because for odd numbers we know, for even numbers we know. But 0 is neither an odd number nor an even number. So another reason, if you put n as 0, this becomes infinite. That's not practically possible also. Okay, keeping that in mind. So we have to find C naught separately. Use the Fourier coefficient expression in place of n. If you put 0, this term is gone. So this is your C naught, right? Other thing like between minus 1 and 0, we have found out already. Between minus 1 and 0, x of t is 1 plus t. Between 0 and 1, the signal is 1 minus t. Other thing like very simple integration. Integration of 1 is t. Integration of t is t squared by 2. Similarly, t is we have 1, we put t. Substitute the limits. Okay. On solving, we will be getting C naught as 1 by 2. Right. Now we have to plot. In exponential Fourier series, the question would be like find the magnitude spectra or phase spectra, or simply they may ask find the line spectra. Line spectra is nothing but magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum. Okay. Now I have consolidated the Cn here. Cn is equal to 1 by 2 for n equal to 0, 0 for n equal to even, 2 by n square pi square for n equal to odd. Okay, right. And I see what I have done here is I have substituted Cn here in place of this expression. You know, this is your exponential Fourier series expression. In place of omega naught, I have substituted pi, right? Then for n equal to odd, it becomes 0. N equal to even, the coefficient, Fourier series coefficient is 2 by n square pi square. For C naught, I can, in place of C naught, I can write this as 1 by 2. Okay, right. Now our objective is to find the spectra. Right. What is magnitude spectra is nothing but magnitude of C of n versus n. Phase spectra is angle of C of n versus n. Okay. So we know n is from n takes from minus infinite to plus infinite, right? First I will put n as 0, C of 0. N of 0 means, n if I put 0 means C of 0. C of 0 means the magnitude is 1 by 2. Next, n equal to odd number. So plus 1 and minus 1 I am putting, right? First I will put plus 1. So 2 by pi square. 2 by pi square. If I put minus 1, again it is 2 by pi square. For n equal to 2, n equal to 2 is an even number. So we have 0. So n equal to minus 2, that is also an even number. We have 0. Next we put n equal to 3. N equal to 3 means odd number. So put n equal to 3 in the odd expression. 2 by 9. 3 square is 9. 2 by 9 pi square. Similarly for minus 3 it is 2 by 9 pi square. For 4 it is 0. Then similarly put for 5, so 2 by 25 pi square. So for minus pi means 2 by 25 pi square. Okay. In this expression you substitute n0 means use this, n even means use this, n odd means use this expression. Okay. Remember that magnitude spectrum will be always even symmetry. Will be always even symmetry. Magnitude spectrum. Because even symmetry means for the whatever you get in the positive value, definitely the same value you should get in the negative values of n. If you look at this is this right side of the positive values of n is equal to the negative values of n. Okay, that is what we have already seen while deriving. We have seen this expression. No, that's like C of n magnitude is equal to C of minus n. Okay, what about the phase angle? Since all numbers are a real number means phase angle is 0. So we don't have any phase spectra. For phase spectrum, all the angles are 0. Right? Next, we will work out another problem. We are taking a full wave rectified sine wave whose magnitude is 1. Now we are going to derive the exponential Fourier series as well as we are going to plot the line spectrum. For this waveform, the fundamental period is t equal to, this is the fundamental period, so t is equal to 1. Okay, so pi is omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t, so it is pi. So it is 2 pi by t, so it is omega naught equal to 2 pi. Next, we have to write what is x of t. Since it is only a half wave, it is sine pi t. It is sine pi t between the time 0 and 1. You can check it out. If I put 0, sine 0 is 0. Okay. Next, if you put time as 1, sine pi is again 0. If you put time as 0.5, between 0.5, what is the amplitude? Okay, if this is 0.5, the amplitude is 1. So if you put t as 0.5, 0.5 is sine pi by 2. That's 0.5. Sine pi by 2 is 1. Okay. So the expression of this half wave rectified sine wave is sine pi t for between the values 0 to 1. Okay. Over a period, we have defined x of t. This is very important step, right? Then only we can proceed with to find C naught or Cn. Right. First we will find what is C naught. You know what is C naught? 1 by t 0 to t x of t dt sin t 0 to 1 integration of sin t is minus cos pi t, sin pi t is minus cos pi t divided by pi. Substitute the upper limit and minus lower limit, we will get 2 pi. Okay, C naught is 2 pi. Next we will find Cn. Okay, this is my Cn. Expression of Cn. What is x of t? X of t is sin pi t. Sin pi t I can write as e power j pi t minus e power minus j pi t divided by 2j. Okay, these are things sin pi t. I can write it like this. Okay, I am taking 1 by 2j outside, then bringing this term inside, right? Bringing e power minus j 2 pi and t inside, and I am splitting this into 2 integral 0 to 1. Product of these two, then another integral product of these two terms. Okay, just multiplying and separating into 2 different integrals. Okay, here I have taken this j and pi t outside, so it becomes 1 minus 2n. Okay, here also I am taking minus j pi t outside, so it becomes 1 plus 2n here, right? Okay, now integrating this term, e power j 1 minus 2n into pi t, it becomes this term divided by this term, e power at becomes e power at divided by a. So this is your a. Okay, similarly this term I am integrating this term, I will get this. Substitute the upper and lower limits. Upper limit I am substituting t is 1, so it is 1. Then lower limit is 0. If I put 0, this term becomes 1. Okay. Similarly, substitute the upper limit, this becomes 1, so t becomes 1. Substitute the lower limits, the entire term e power 0 is 1. Okay, now the important thing you have to see about this is what is the value of e power j into 1 minus 2n pi. I can write this as cos e power j theta as cos theta plus j sin theta. Whatever values, so you see sin multiples of pi is always 0. This term is always 0. This term, whatever n value you put, 1 minus 2n, definitely you will get this as some odd numbers. Okay, you put n as 1 means you will get minus pi. You put n as 2 means minus 3 pi. N as 3 means minus 5 pi. Okay, you will get always this is an odd number. So multiples of cos odd numbers of pi is equal to minus 1. Okay, similarly for this value also it will become minus 1. You work this out, right? You check this why this term is 0. I request you to solve on your own why this term is 0. This term will become minus 1. Cos 1 minus 2n into pi is minus 1. Similarly, cos plus 1 2n pi is equal to minus 1. The explanation I am giving is whatever values of n you put, this will become odd numbers of pi. Okay, right. So I can replace this term with minus 1, replace this term with minus 1. Okay, so minus 1 is minus 2, minus 1 minus 2. So take minus 2 outside, it will cancel with the cancel the denominator. Similarly, take j outside. J outside means j square. J square is minus 1. Okay, right? Simple mathematical manipulation. You can note down these things easily. So it is 1 by 1 minus 2n plus 1 by 1 plus 2n. So it is a minus b. It is a plus b. So a square minus b square. Bring this 1 plus 2n. 1 minus 2n here. On simple mathematical manipulation, you will be getting 2n will get cancelled out. So we get 2 by 1 minus 4n square. So this is your Cn. Okay. Next is to plot the line spectrum. Okay. We got the Cn, right? Since Cn is only a real number, magnitude should be always a positive. That's you have to note down this. So this is your Cn. Phase angle. Phase angle for only a real number. You don't have any imaginary part. So the phase angle is always 0. Okay. Now, if you look at this, okay, I am going to plot the magnitude. See, for various values of n I am putting n is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. In this expression, you put various values of n like minus 3 if you put, you will get 2 by 35 pi. If you put minus 2, you will get 2 by 15 pi. If you put here n as minus 1, you will get 2 by 3 pi. N as 0 means you will get 2 by pi. Okay, and note down that you will get the same value for 1 and minus 1, 2 and minus 2, 3 and minus 3. Why? Because magnitude of Cn is always even symmetry. Now if you plot this, for 0, we are getting n is 0, we are getting the magnitude as 2 by pi. N as 1 will get 2 by 3 pi. N as minus 1 will get 2 by 3 pi. Okay, so we have plotted this. This is the magnitude plot. What about the phase plot? Phase plot is 0 because it's an C of n, we are getting only a real number. Okay, now I give you a practice problem to you to work out this problem. You will check they are getting the same answer I have mentioned here, right? So this is the question given. It's like I can say like a ramp waveform or trapezoidal waveform. First thing, this is the answer you'll be getting. The question is find the exponential Fourier series. Okay, you have to find the equation of this slope. What is a period? What is a period? So this is the period. T equal to 2. Okay, T equal to 2 means omega naught equal to 2 pi by 2. It is pi. This is the hint I am giving. Now what is the equation of this line? What is the equation of the slope? This you have to find, right? Okay, so what is the change in magnitude? I have said that slope equation is equal to magnitude minus slope into time plus c. Okay, what is the slope? M equal to dx by dt. What is the change in x? X is changing from 2 to 0. So this is the last higher value. This is the upper limit. This is the lower limit, right? So change is 0 minus 2. That is the change in x. X is changing to from 2. It is going to 0. So change is 0 minus 2. What is the change in time? It is going from 0 to 2. A change is 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0. So 2 minus 2 by minus 2. So the slope is minus 1. So m you got as minus 1. So x is equal to minus t plus c. Okay, in place of m, I have substituted minus 1. Now we have to find out c. C is the intercept. Intercept means what is the meaning? At what value of x, your t, or when x becomes 0, what is the t value? Okay, right? When x is equal to 0, What happens to the t value? When x becomes 0, t value is 2. So 0, t value is 2, no. So minus 2 plus c. So c equal to 2. Now put this 2 here. So x is equal to minus t plus 2, or I can write this as 2 minus t. This is the x value, 2 minus t, between the time 0 to 2. This is a very important step, right? You have to, if a waveform is given, you have to identify, express this waveform mathematically. Then only if we can integrate, we can proceed, right? So we got how I explained how we got 2 minus t. Now you have to find out c of n. C of n should be this answer. I request you to solve this on your own. Okay. In the next video, we will be seeing some of the properties of the Fourier series. Okay. I wish you learned something useful from this lecture. Thanks for listening. Do take notes while watching the video. Wish you a happy learning. Any doubts, please ask in the comment section. Thanks for listening. Jai Hind.